Hey everybody, welcome back to Blue on Blue, episode number 6. We're going to be dealing with the ventriloquist dummy effect and police recruiting.
Made me want to become a recruiter is I looked around at the way we were recruiting. We looked at our diversity issues and I thought that I could assist in those areas. And so I was fortunate enough to interview for the job and get the job as the Fort Worth Police recruiter.
And you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Now, ventriloquism is the art of throwing the voice, i.e. speaking in such a manner that the sound seems to come from a distance or from a source other than the speaker. So at the same time, the voice is disguised, partly by its heightened pitch, adding to the effect. A figure or dummy is commonly used by ventriloquists to assist in the deception. Careful choice. Where are you going with this? Hang on. There's a method to my madness here. The ventriloquist animates the dummy by moving its mouth, while his own lips remain still, thereby completing the illusion that the voice is the dummy's, not his. Does that sound familiar to anyone? So when I was first selected as the next recruiter for the Fort Worth Police Department, I had already made a conscious decision that if selected, I would not be a ventriloquist dummy. Someone who would go to public events making statements about all the great things that we were doing in the world of police recruiting. I wouldn't make lofty statements about what we were ramping up to do with regard to developing relationships within the minority community so that we could build relationships to ultimately improve minority recruiting. I wanted to make certain that we had in fact begun developing those relationships. I wouldn't make lofty statements about what we were ramping up to do with regards to developing relationships with military members, both currently serving and former military members, so that we could build relationships to improve relations among the military branches. In truth, I had already begun making contact on that platform as well, day one. I could go on and on about what the suits ranking members of my police agents wanted me to say at the community meetings, private meetings, briefings. I can only state to you here and now that I was determined not to give a false picture to our stakeholders, the people that ultimately want good police officers in their agencies. I wanted to be honest, at times brutally honest. My goal was straightforward: be thorough with each audience and be honest. I knew that in accomplishing these tasks, that I would also develop trust with my audiences. I also knew that if I developed that trust through straightforward honesty, that I wouldn't be blamed for things that would prove to be or could prove to be detrimental to my recruiting efforts. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, there are things that go on. In the undercurrents of recruiting, things can be detrimental to your recruiting efforts. Some of you know exactly what I'm referring to. You've experienced it yourself, and yes, these things can be unsettling. Still, you're a consummate professional. And most recruiters are just that, consummate professionals. You focus on the important tasks at hand, developing and implementing an excellent recruiting program. That requires real work, laser focus, and proper planning. Most importantly, it requires people who are in the recruiter's position that are competent, professional, ethical, and not afraid to be forthright and honest, even when it's uncomfortable. Did I say that? Yeah, I did say that. That's all I've got for this episode. Okay, so I gotta tell you, episode number 7 is gonna be talking or dealing with one of my favorite movies and how I relate that to recruiting. The Matrix effects. The red pill versus the blue pill. I'll see you on the next one. Be safe out there.